Good evening, everyone. Ellargu namaskara. My name is Kiran Katarki. I'm an entrepreneur and a software engineer, and I'm incredibly honored to be standing here as your host for the evening to celebrate the launch of the book, The Secrets of Indian Culture, written by Dr. Chetan Sharma. All right. We are thrilled to have all of you here, both in the auditorium as well as people who have joined us virtually. This event is being live streamed over 12 countries. People have joined us from various regions, from South America, from Asia, US, as well as from the European regions. And people who couldn't be here have sent us their love through messages, and I'd like to start this evening by hearing from them.
ಓಂ ಶ್ರೀ ಗುರುಭ್ಯೋ ನಮಃ. ಓಂ ಮಹಾಗಣಪತಯೇ ನಮಃ. ಓಂ ಶ್ರೀ ರಾಜರಾಜೇಶ್ವರ್ಯೈ ನಮಃ. We have come across many books, many compilations on the different practices in the glorious Bharatiya culture. It is a matter of joy and appreciation to see this new book called as The Secrets of Indian Culture being ready to be launched, being ready to be released, which has been authored by Dr. Chetan Sharma. The book has a very good intention. Its intention and the author's intention is to once again review the practices and customs and traditions in the Bharatiya culture, but with a little scientific background, and understand how these have evolved over so many generations. We pray to Bhagavati Sri Jnanakshi Rajarajeshwari that this book reaches the hands of all those seekers of true knowledge. And we pray to Devi Rajarajeshwari to give Chetan Sharma ji a long life. May he be a Shatayu and do a lot more to the Bharatiya culture by spreading and sharing his knowledge with the public. Hari Om.
Hi everyone, I am John Glenn Gerland from the Philippines, Delphic, Philippines, and I am here to congratulate a good friend of mine, Dr. Chetan Sharma, on the launching of his book, The Secrets of Indian Culture. I'm looking forward to having a copy of this, and I'm also looking forward to seeing you soon. I hope within the year or within early next year. Congratulations, Dr. Chetan Sharma.
Hello, Dr. Chetan. From the minute I saw you, that was 2 years ago. I know from your unwavering spirit, you can do anything. I hope you can recognize me. I'm Gerald, by the way.
Hi, I'm Vicky. I'm so happy for you because I know you always do it and you've done it. I'm so proud of you.
Hi, Dr. Chetan. Congratulations. I'm very happy to hear about your new book. All the best.
Hi, Dr. Chetan. I look terrible, but in reality, I look even worse. Anyway, congratulations to your new book. I hope to see you again.
Congratulations, Doctor. I wish you all the best. Keep it up.
And we all want you to come back to Kuching. See you.
Hello, my name's Roberta Williams, and I come to you from Central New York State. And I am here today to tell you how excited I am about the launch of my friend's book, Dr. Chetan Sharma. He is so talented and such a lovely man. This book is, I am certain, going to enlighten you and bring joy. I hope all of you have the opportunity to read it, enjoy it, and share it along with me. Thank you.
Hi, Dr. Chetan. Congratulations on the launch of your book, The Secrets of Indian Culture. It is such an inspiring achievement. Uncovering such meaningful insight is truly remarkable. I'm sure your book will help many understand and appreciate Indian culture even more. I'm truly honored to celebrate this milestone with you from Malaysia. Wishing you all the best. Bye.
Hi Chetan, so happy to hear about your book launch. It's so incredible that you are able to share your knowledge and wisdom with the world. I'm so excited and happy for the book launch. Wish you all the very best, Conor. Thank you.
Hi friend, this is Alexandra from Greece. I want to wish you the best of success with your new book and that you are happy with this and it's going to reach many people to get to know the Indian culture much better. My greetings from Alexandra here.
Hi dear Chetan, this is Flor from Argentina. I want to wish you the best in this launch event. We know that you have put all your soul in this book, so I really wish to read it soon. Send you luck.
Yes. Yeah, hello. Hello, Dr. Chicken.
From Kuching, we miss you. We love you. And wish you all the best for your book.
Yes, all the best.
All the best. All the best.
All the best.
All right. Thank you for everybody who sent the messages, for the warm and lovely messages that they were. Now, let's talk about the reason we are here. The book, The Secrets of Indian Culture, is a journey into why behind the things that we say, that we believe, and things that we do every day. Okay. And why do we have so many gods? What is the reason that we practice certain rituals in a certain way? What are the reasons behind the symbols, words, and wisdom behind the rituals that we follow every day? The book hopes to answer these questions and provide us a way to reconnect with the essence of Indian culture. And Dr. Chetan Sharma has spent years researching into the Indian culture, and not just in theory, he has applied it in his fields as well as in his everyday life. So to set the stone and give you a glimpse of what this book is about, I would like to start by playing the official book launch trailer. And now I'd like to invite Kishore Kulkarni onto the stage. All right, I request the author, Dr. Chetan Sharma, to come on stage, please. All right. Kishore Kulkarni, who is sitting on stage with us, is a serial entrepreneur. He's the co-founder of Calpus Innovations Private Limited and a software engineer. He is going to be moderating this session with us and trying to understand in depth what this book is about, why it was written, why was the need to be written in this time and age. And I hope this conversation will help us understand it better. And I am handing this over to Kishore. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Kiran. Thank you so much. Good evening to one and all present here. I hope that we have not consumed enough of your time, so we'll get straight to the point. Dr. Chetan Sharma.
Hi, sir.
Yes, sir. The moment is finally here. We have been discussing this about for the past 6-7 months.
Yeah, easily.
I'm assuming. Yeah. So, how do you feel? What are your thoughts? You've been jittery since I saw you.
Scared, worried, everything at the same time. It's a bombardment of all the Indian spices together.
Nice. So basically, you're feeling like a biryani then, if that's any way to put it.
Yeah,
all right,
that's how
great.
it is.
Perfect. So I have known Chetan, I think, from the last 1.5-2 years, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah, easy.
Right,
easy 2
easily.
years. Easy 2 years.
I just want to recall one small incident where Chetan and I were heading to one of our places in Coorg, and we had a night journey in the bus. It left at 11:50 in the night, and we were supposed to reach at 4 in the morning. The initial plan was to get some sleep so that we are able to go through the activities of the day, look at a few places, do our work, and then get back. But it so happened that we created one thread of conversation about life, and it took us more than 4 or 5 hours of reaching the resort, sleeping there, getting to the room, and then it was 6:30 in the morning, and we were lost in conversation about Indian culture. And I was moderating that throughout the bus ride. And hence, my job has been extended to this stage as well, where I'm moderating today's conversation. So kudos on that. And I would like to heartily congratulate Chetan. It feels strange to call you Dr. Chetan Sharma today, but I've been always calling him Chetan for as long as I've known him. So proud to be here.
Thank you.
Thank you for this opportunity as well. So let's get right into it.
Yes, sir.
Perfect. All right. So what I want to begin with is in today's day and age of where information is available to you in boilerplate, ChatGPT, Gemini, Perplexity AI rendered answers. What inspired you to write this book? What was the core ideology behind you writing? As we've discussed, this is supposed to be a quintessential textbook for Indian culture and Indian history and what are the rituals and how people can gain knowledge from this. Can you throw a little bit light about what was your reasoning behind extending your knowledge into a book?
That's right. This book acts more of a guide to how our Indian scripture work. The reason why this is important, the modern world can only talk about what you see, what you feel, what you touch. But the Indian thought process does not limit to just seeing and touching what you see. It goes way beyond the thought process. We talk about universe, we talk about different lives, we talk about afterlife, we talk about before life, we talk about life in a circular motion. I don't think those concepts comes with a level of the physicality level only. So, giving an example part of it, our Indian scriptures does say that we don't have one body, we have three bodies. Our IT or AI or ChatGPT doesn't talk about those part of it. And we can't even imagine that there is some concept like, apart from the soul, what we talk about, the Atma, what we speak about, which everybody fascinates. There's three bodies which comes in, the physical body, astral body, and the karmic bodies, which doesn't throw light on the thought process what the modern technology is trying to go. The reason this book is important, the reason why this being authored or this being scripted, the people has to understand that it's more than physicality. It's more than what we see. The world doesn't run in the way we think. The world runs in the way it wants it, and we are just puppets to it, and we're just doing what the universe wants us to do. So that's exactly the reason this book has been written. And we're not talking about religion here, we're not talking about the gods here, but we're talking about why are the god forms created? Why is the iconography created? What does it symbolizes? And we are talking about how universe works, how energies works, how manifestation work, how the curses work. We talk about Bali, we talk about karmas. What is the base of all those things? How does that formula work? All these things are not found in the regular ITs, regular ChatGPTs. This is an ancestral knowledge which has been come through Puranas, Vedas, Upanishads, and Gita. I think I'm just touching those points so that people understand that these kind of concepts do exist, and we can explore more on that. That's the whole idea of it.
Perfect, perfect. Very well summed up. I think there's also an inherent Western bias where all these things are pushed towards the edge as esoteric and non-believership, where they want their religion and their practices to be upheld more and more because of the kind of expansion that they've had. So I think this book will really serve as a proper textbook, as you've rightly meant it to be, in terms of its purpose, right?
Yeah.
You've also mentioned that you want India to come back to its bare bones as the land of light seekers, right? Where you've written it in the description as well.
Yeah.
Can you touch a bit more on that? Do you think that that culture is lost? Do you think we have strayed away from that path of light seeking, or what is your comment on that?
Okay, let me try to and reveal what exactly. My mom was always talking about Bharat. We all know, we all think that Bharat comes from the name Bharat.
Right. Yes.
Shakuntala's son Bharat, who is a very brave man, and the ancestors comes in. And I was always thinking, if that guy is named Bharat, somebody would have named him, right? And Indians always have meanings towards it. So I was trying to understand what does Bharat means, or Bharat means. Bhayam Ratham Itim Bharatam. That means the people who are searching for light are called as Bharat. Right. Bha means light.
Awesome. Right.
The society or the country or a culture which is created around people who search for light is called as Bharata. And when I say the word, the light doesn't mean literal light. It can be knowledge, wealth, prosperity, it can be innovations, and it can be the literal light of the God, the Supreme Goddess also. Right. So that's how the unraveling happens. So that's the whole idea. To answer your first thing, my personal idea is, if you observe 20 years from now, there's one part of the time where US was amazing. It was the most powerful country. Then there was supposed to be Japan, which was the most popular ones. Then there was the Middle East. Then it was supposed to be the China part of it and the thing. And if you can see it right now, we are the era of where India is becoming the most popular country. I somehow feel that it connects back to the formula of where our temples work. Our temple says that Tai Sancharak Hogidale avಳು. She'll come back. I feel that India is a country where the energy is always there. Now she had gone for Sancharak Hogidle avಳು. She had gone for a walk.
Now
she's coming back to the
the
source.
era of it coming back. All right.
She's coming back to her home. She's coming back to her source. That's the reason I think India is prospering in the way it is prospering.
Perfect. That was a good answer. So, since you touched upon rituals, and since you touched upon the spirits and the energies traveling here and there in terms of their yatras that they go through the world, can you touch upon rituals that are performed for these energies and how they connect to the energies? because they have always been viewed as something that is done just for the sake of being done as a ritual in the religion or at households. What is your thought, or what is your analogy that you can provide to us lay people, where these rituals can then start connecting to the actual energies that dwell in the world?
Okay, let's understand two things here. One, we are not the people who think there's one God, there's multiple gods. That's because energy is one. The energy formula itself says that energy can't be created nor be destroyed. It can be transformed from one form to another. So considering that same form, there are different forms of energy which is getting manipulated into. Let's say, I'm just trying to give a random example. Let's say,
Sure, please.
waterfalls is supposed to be giving some current. That current, it goes to the transmitters. There's a stored over there. It comes all the way through wires, to the big transformers, then the smaller ones, then the bulbs, then the light, then the fan, everything. If you observe everything, the light itself also is energy. The fan itself also energy. The sound is also energy. The way we are working is also energy. And India mein, the energy is called as Shakti. Shakti is goddess. So we are not talking about some iconography where a female is sitting. We are talking about energy which is actually manipulating. If a knowledge is taking a form of energy, it's Saraswati. And people don't even know the difference between Sharade and Saraswati. We think it's the same thing, but it is not.
Right.
Saraswati is the supreme energy. When Saraswati comes in the form of teaching you, she becomes a teacher for you, or she becomes a guru, then she's seen as Sharade.
Right.
So the knowledge giving energy, when she starts training you, she takes the form of Sharade. So that's the kind of thought process which comes. We have the main goddess Saraswati, Lakshmi, and the goddess Durga. And if you start working in that, Durga has another 9 forms. There is another Shakti, 64 Shaktis which is coming in. There's Dashamaha Vidya which comes in.
Right.
All are trying to say that it is not one energy, but it is breaking into the utilization what we do. And we are not seeing from the God perspective, but we are seeing from how we can utilize the energy.
From a consumer's
I want
perspective.
light, so I want a bulb to be created. To create the bulb, there is 100 watts, 50 watts, and all those stuff. These puja rituals is actually those architecture of creating those things so that we can power the bulb for us to get the light. That's the kind of formula what our ancestors has been giving. And that runs in the same way of all the gods and goddesses. Hence, we have multiple gods and goddesses.
Right.
It's not that we have multiple pantheon of gods.
Right.
It's just one energy breaking into different forms so that we can get the access of what we want.
Right.
Hence, every god gives you different energies, different blessings, and some gods also remove the curses from you. They don't bless you, they remove things from you so that they can bless you in the other way. So this is how the formula of gods in India work. And answering your straight-on question, how do we connect the puja rituals which works at home? It's just like the way we talk to people. If a person
Right.
comes, we say, take some water, sit, then take bath. I'm going to feed you, wear some clothes. And finally, we talk to them, and that's exactly how the vratas are done. We call the Ganeshji as the first one. The main god is coming, so make sure everything is taken care properly. Then the bodyguards are taken care. The seating
The whole
arrangements are
entourage of it is taken care.
Then the 5 elements of milk, honey, and everything is given bath. Then the gods are given the clothes, dresses, ornaments, everything. Then finally we come to of giving what they want. We feeding the god of with whatever they like. Shivji likes something else, Krishnaji likes something else, Durga likes something else. We give them what they want. Finally, we stand, after we giving the food to the god, we stand with the flowers in our hand, seeking that, God, I have fulfilled your hunger right now with food. With
It's a
your
bargaining chip at this point.
It's a bargaining chip, yes. And they say, Mera hunger is also there, but my hunger is not limited to stomach.
Right.
It may be wealth, it may be knowledge, it may be a partner, it may be anything. But hunger is there. Even mukti is also hunger. I want, when I say the word want, hunger comes in.
Right.
So I want something. But in all these things, Krishna becomes very prominent. Krishna says, do your duty. Giving or not giving is my headache.
Right.
So that's the formula of Krishna.
Right.
Correct.
Yes.
He says, you ask, you feed me. Giving what you want or not is my choice.
Right. It's my choice.
It's my choice. Thus, we just look into that kind of formula.
No, that actually ties in very nicely into the engineering realm as well, because we as most of the youth today it's very agnostic. It's neither believer nor non-believer. They're like, hoga kuch to hoga. We want to stay in the neutral zone and don't want to play the political game
Right.
of being right or wrong, right?
Right.
So for those kind of people where the logic is applied and where these points are actually explained in a better manner, I think we'll have a lot more interest in the topics.
I somehow
going
feel
forward.
I somehow feel the problem is not in the thought process what we carry, but I feel the way we have been trained. We go to the temples, and the first thing the pandit or our ancestor says, darshan karo.
Right,
That's the
right,
first
right,
thing what
right.
they say.
Yes.
That literally means open your eye, wide open, observe the God. It's called darshan. But what do? We go there, we close our eyes, we start praying
for what
and
we
we're giving them a list of wants what we want. We become so cynical that we are good enough to change the God, but we will not change the list what we want.
Right, right.
So that is the problem where we are. Instead of that, if you understand what accessing to what God or goddess can give me what I want in the way I want it, then the science starts revealing itself.
Right. Well, that's a very good analogy. So, as I was tying into this again, this mainly concerns the youth of the country so far and the youth sitting in the hall as well, where they can propagate the message, hopefully. So, for those kind of people who probably come from an agnostic background or not so spiritual background, in terms of the training at home or also in terms of the circles that they've been in, how do you envision this book aiding to their knowledge? How do you expect them to consume this? And what sort of value do you think this will add to their life? As a youth of this country, exposed to all the elements of the world, Instagram, YouTube, and whatnot, where do you think your book sits in their library of thoughts?
It's very simple. This book, I would say this is not a spiritual book at all. At all. It can have a lot of God figures, but I believe those are the universal energies which you're talking about. And when people are reading these books, they are not just reading some spiritual book. They're not talking about spiritual book. They're trying to understand how universe actually work. How does your energy work? How does the universal energy work? I mean, how does parallel universe work? We talk about Avengers. We have Avengers right in the books. We have the 7 realms up, 7 realms down. There are 8 or 10 different dimensions out. There are cities around us. There is different parallel universe which Vishnu sleeps. I mean, we are not talking about myth here.
Right.
There is accurate numbers which is given in the books in our ancestors. Like the cities, I think 46,000 yojanas are the dimensions of a city which is there. How do they then know the numbers? And how do they know this direction goes to this city, this direction goes to this city? How do they know it? The exact numbers, the exact kilometers. How do they know it? Because it's already there. And the formula of when I understand how universe work, how I work, and how my body works, how my mind works, connecting to that is more stronger. Connecting to them is more powerful. And I can do what I want. I can get what I want. I can grow into whatever I want. Just like the seed can become a big tree, the seed has the power of everything. We just need to nurture it in the right way to grow into a big banyan tree. So nurturing is something which we have to do, but the seed is always present. That's the reason we call it as
Capacity is always
darshan.
there, right? The capacity is there for it.
It's already
to grow,
there.
but the nurture is what is.
And our ancestors never say that we invented. We say we discovered or it is already there.
As Ramanujan used to say.
They
in
said,
his
I saw it.
mathematical Equations, yes.
The darshan hua. So that's the reason darshan shastra comes into the picture. That's how, because the entire book is not sitting on myth or religion. It sits on how our Indian knowledge is not just limited to some random thoughts, but actually goes with technology. We have concepts like energy theory, Einstein's theory of relativity, special relativity theory, Thomas Alva Edison's formulas, all comes together here. The formula of black holes, the wormholes, all are connected to the same concepts. This book unreveals how Saraswati, Durga, Shiva, Vishnu works from the point of Einstein's theory of relativity. So it works as a technology book.
Awesome. So this brings me to another revelation that I am having right on this stage. We've been chatting about these kind of things for hours and hours together for maybe months at a time now.
Yeah.
But it so happens that this is again something new that I'm learning on the stage. It doesn't seem repetitive. So it only goes to show the kind of knowledge that you have amassed during the amount of months. And I hope that the book also doesn't have something that is repeated from our conversation.
No,
so
it does not.
If there is something that you're copying from my side, I need co-author credits as well.
Absolutely.
So and the money that you're generating from
Absolutely.
this. That is something
Absolutely.
that I will fight for.
Absolutely.
All right. Jokes apart, I think it'll be a very interesting read for me to go through from a scientific lens of it as an engineering point of lens, because I've always inclined towards those kind of things.
Yes.
So coming to that, we all know and have learned that whatever Vedas and Shastras have been created, they have an ancient history of close to about 5,000, 6,000 years, if not more. These are the numbers that I know as a layperson, right? How do you think they have transformed over the years? Have they changed? Have they been handed down differently? Are there any root documents that we can refer to where we know the absolute truth? What sort of transformation do you think they should take in the modern realm today? And how do you think people can imbibe it in their technologically led life today?
I think it's very simple. I think this has been one of the most controversial topic ever.
Absolutely. Answer my question.
Yeah. People have always talking about, is it true, is it false, and all those stuff. But we need to understand how the entire dimensions of the book not only my book, it's not only the entire way Vedas
the context as a whole,
Yes.
where it's the history. Obviously, you know the game of Chinese whisper, where one person says it to the other and
Correct.
it changes. So during the course of 5,000 years, there may be or may not be instances where it has been modified a little. Freedom of, the liberty has been taken enough to change and add to the story or remove from the story.
We
How
have
do you think about
spoiled the most of the culture. That's something which I can definitely promise.
Okay.
Because, as I said, we don't want to understand the God, but we want to make sure the list of what I want is supposed to be always there.
Right.
So in that the things what I want, the entire things go for a toss. Because, we always have a challenge that the world is around us and everything. No, you're not. The world is not around you. You are a part of the world. That's one of the first thing which you need to understand, that the universe, it is there before you, it will be there after you, and you are not eternal. At the same time, at the same realm, there are different worlds. Same part of you is also operating in different realms. So in that way, you are not great. You're good. There's somebody better than you. Somebody will be better than you. And somebody is better than you at the same time. Probably they don't know. The problem right now is we think we are the best and we want to modify everything. But the word of these things are called Sanatana Dharma. When you say the word Sanatana Dharma, it is eternal. It was the same thing. It will be the same thing. It is the same thing. It is the way we see changes, because it's the power of what you have to see the things. Probably the way I see you may be the same. It's not the same thing what your mother sees you. The one in your college, the professor sees you, is different. You are the same. My viewpoint changes.
Right.
In the same way, the view changes, but you, Kishore, as a person remain the same. Sanatana Dharma is eternal, is always there. It functions in the same way it is. We have to grow to understand from a different viewpoint. An LKG person sees it in one form, 10th person sees it in a different form, PU sees it in a different way, degree sees it in a different way, engineering sees it a different way, PhD sees it a different way.
There
The
are different
formula
depths
is
to how it's being observed.
It's just
that's it.
lenses.
Yes.
It's just lenses.
Right,
Yeah,
perfect.
that's how it works.
I think the initial statement that you made in terms of there being an entire world outside your own world, it very lightly touches upon my personal favorite topic, which I wanted to discuss with you probably a few months ago, about Dvaita, Vishishtadvaita and Advaita concepts of Shankaracharya, Madhvacharya and those realms. If we could touch up those, what do you think those signify? Is it actually where we can say that only I am the existing thing and the entirety is created around me?
Yeah.
Is that
Absolutely.
something that do you think that's actually a reality, or do you think that signifies something else in terms
It is
of
absolutely
energies?
reality. It's the way the gurus has been seeing in different viewpoints, but all formulas actually correct. For you to understand that part of it, we need to understand who are we and what are we. When I say what are we, people say that it is ancestral and we have atmas and all that stuff. Yes, it is.
Right.
We are the energy source, just like energy is not going to be created, not be destroyed.
Right.
We are also energy which has come from some source. and we call it as Adi Shakti, the source of all energies,
Right.
the start point of all energies. So we are contraring the same thing. The Adi Shakti is goddess, and Shaktis are energies which are manipulating into different forms of energies. Now, coming to Atma, we are also energy. But the problem is, we think it is only one body. But there are 3 different bodies which we work with. Physical realm, where we can touch, feel,
Yes.
and see. The second one, where we talk about my Nanna Pancha Prana Nino. There's 5 pranas we're talking about. There's
Right.
5 pranas, which is already telling there. 1, there is 5 karmendriyas, 5 gnanendriyas, there is 4 thought processes, chittas, which comes in the picture. All are 19 are the second body where you actually feel. When you say the word, my heart and brain are not is pulling with each other.
Right,
It's
right,
actually your second body and your first body are actually not connecting to each other.
Not in
It's not
sync.
your physical heart.
Not in sync at the moment.
It's
right.
the physical body is talking something else, your astral body is talking something else. That's why we're talking about heart and the brain. For all these things, there's something called as Karana. Just like a seed can be grown into a big banyan tree. Banyan tree is grown, but everything is there in the seed. So that concept comes from the Karana Sharira. The energy which powers that seed is Atma. And
Right,
Atma
right,
comes from
right.
Paramatma.
Right.
So
okay.
this formula has seen in different formulas. Shankaracharya sees that the phone which is lying there is God. Because energy is there.
Right.
Flowers is there. There's energy in me. There's energy in you. He sees energy in everything. And he says, I'm a part of the God.
Correct.
I'm just a
Yeah.
part of the God.
Yeah.
And the second says this Atma, the super and duper energy
Paramatma
is different.
Yeah.
I am a part of it, but I'll connect back to him.
Mm-hmm.
The second one says this. Other says that I have come out of it, I'll work, I'll operate, and get back to him.
Right.
So different formulas comes in, but energy remains the same thing.
Right.
So that's how the gurus has always been talking about with different schools.
It's very interesting that the culture and the textbooks that we have, it allows for all these explanations to coexist and be in a symbiotic relationship as well, where one cannot be mutually exclusive from the other in
Yeah.
certain realms.
Right.
But from a scientific lens, there are clear black lines that are being drawn in terms of how things are viewed. So it's very, good and I would say research oriented of our culture in terms of allowing things to be as they are, and people can interpret it the way they want, and they
Absolutely.
can coexist.
I mean,
in their
our
own world.
India has never been a country where we talk about myth. We always want
correct.
proof.
Yes.
And it's just that we don't limit ourselves from this timeline. We go to the past and we also go to the future. We say, ye janma nahi hai to this next
Agli
janma.
mein aayega, right.
If it is not there, the pre-janmas mein kuch carry kar rahe hain hum. So we're talking about Punarnapi Jananam, Punarnapi Manaram form.
Right, yeah.
The cycle energy we're talking about. We're talking about karmas. We're talking about dharmas.
Right.
Which all are very basic concepts of Indian culture, which we do not follow, we don't understand.
Right.
We just want to make sure what we want is given to us in the way we want it. And we want the world to run around us because we think we are the eternal, right?
Right.
That's the reason.
I think there's also, as I was touching upon my second question, the culture of light seeking, us being the moths to the sun,
Right.
so to say, has been lost in today's culture because there's so much misinformation, if not so much information at least available,
Right.
so that you get blocked by it, and of course the dopamine rush that you're getting from the devices is of course hampering your own thought processes. So in terms of that light seeking itself, did any of the epics such as Ramayana, Mahabharata, or the Bhagavad Gita that we all know and revere, have they somehow contributed to your light seeking for this book? Do they have elements of this here? What is your comment on that?
Okay. There are a lot of books in our Indian culture. I mean, there are a lot of gurus who has interpreted their own theories, their own formulas. We keep breaking it.
Right.
But for me, the first book which actually gave me the thought process or the interest to get into it is Krishna. I mean, no beyond.
Right.
That, I mean, I understand he's a god. I understand he's a super figure. But I feel that the moment you make a person a godly figure, the science is lost. If you see Krishna from not a lens of God, as a super strategist, as a supreme God, supreme energy form, which unlimited energy, unlimited thought process, the knowledge what he carries, the power what he carries, the Kautilyas what he carries, the power what he carries. I mean, nothing compared to him. Nothing compared to him. The knowledge what he gives, not in just Bhagavad Gita. I'm talking about the entire formula of how Mahabharata works. Yes, he comes in Bhagavata, where his Ras Leela comes in, his kids comes in. He does a lot of magic over there. But when it comes to the world of Mahabharata, you don't see the playful Krishna.
Correct. It's very limited to his.
He's a teacher there.
Strategy.
He becomes a teacher, and as a teacher, he trains each and every bit. He doesn't talk about physicality. He breaks you. I'll give you an example on this. I'll make it very quick.
Sure. Please.
The most macho man, Arjuna, who's supposed to be famous for his archery, and he's a Madhyama Pandava, not the youngest, not the eldest. So he's the well-balanced guy. And
supposed to be, right.
Yeah, and the person is supposed to be loved by every woman. And he can focus on any target. And he doesn't even see things around it.
Right,
he focuses only on the bird or the fish, only the pupil of his things.
Right.
But suddenly, when it comes to the world of Mahabharata Yuddha, for the first time, his hands are shaking. He doesn't see the eyes, he doesn't see the target. He sees target as a character. It is his grandfather, his teachers, his family. When the family creeps in, emotions are powered and he shakes.
Right.
You can go to the world and win the war. When it comes to your own personal things, when it comes to your own emotions, you just keep your bow down and arrow down. He does that. And that is the exact time Krishna says that, okay, you are a person who has been always focusing. Let me widen your focus right now, since you're seeing way beyond a target. He opens it so wide, he shows the Vishwarupa over there.
Right.
The person who is famous for his focus, he sees the Vishwarupa.
He sees everything in the world.
Exactly how the universe works. And Krishna trains him from this point to that point. That's the level of thought process what Krishna carries. And I think this book is dedicated to him. Awesome. And because whatever I get, whatever knowledge I'm trying to learn is absolutely from this person, this character, Krishna.
Right.
And I feel there's no other teacher, no other guru better than him. That's the reason we call him a Krishna Mande Jagat Guru.
Right. Oh, absolutely. A round of applause for that, for the kind of dedication that was shown. And I completely empathize with the kind of turmoil that Arjuna might have went through that day. From a godly figure that he was supposed to be, he broke down to a human where he was seeing his relatives and not able to.
He breaks them in each and every level. He breaks them. I think last time we shared about those things.
Yeah, we were in Jayanagar somewhere. Yeah. All right. Okay. So I'll quickly try to wrap up with a couple of questions. You've literally spent years and close to a decade researching about all this.
Yeah.
What incidents in your personal journey do you think have inspired you to write this? What sort of inspiration do you take from those incidents, specifics, if you can reveal any?
More you read Indian culture, more you read, understand Indian culture, we become humble enough.
Right.
We understand that we are a part of the world. We are not the world. We are not eternal.
Right.
So that we mellow down, we come down to the ground floor from the skies, and we understand that yes, the world will run in the way we want it, and we connect to the supreme energy. And our trainers have always taught us. Krishna has always taught us. No matter from Karana Sharira, from the seed, you become a big banyan tree. You have to go down to give fruits.
Right.
So we have to be humble enough to come down to give the fruits what we have
no matter
for the
how
people.
Big you are.
Humbleness is something which is definitely necessary.
Awesome. So closing thoughts, what are your message to the audience today about the book? What should they be taking away from
thank you so much for everybody for coming here. Thank you so much.
Big round of applause for all of you for being here.
I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. I mean, I have my mentors, my trainers who actually are the reason for me to sit here. I'm so proud that all of you are here. I'm so humble enough that you are here. Thank you so much for that. At the same time, globally, I think this live is going around 16 countries, and this book is going around, we're launching it in 22 countries, and 16 to be the live event is happening.
Kudos on that, yes.
So this book is available online in Flipkart, Amazon, you name the bookstores, we get all the stuff. If we don't in the bookstores, we will make sure it is going. Right now it is already in 12 countries, which is already live. We can get on the apps. This book is not just about religion. It's not book about India. It's not book about how Indian thought process work. It's about how Indians have been seeing the world in a different way. How Indians have been seeing how the universe works, how we work, how karmas work, how dharma work, how balance of energy works. We understand those things from this book. So I think it's a textbook kind of a system.
In a true essence, it's revealing the secrets.
The
that
secrets,
are there.
yes, yes.
So I think
yes.
the first time that Chetan was talking about the book with me, and he told me that the title of the book is going to be The Secrets of Indian Culture. I was like, Chetan, don't you think it's a bit tacky or too obvious to name this as secrets? But then we discussed about the book. We went through the topics in detail, and it truly did reveal to me that there is so much subtext that each of these concepts have, that Chetan is trying his best to break it down to lay people like us who don't have PhDs in their life to understand these concepts in a broader mindset. So kudos on that. All the very best for the book launch. And I can see the kind of people that you've earned in life. So amazingly,
I'm so thankful to God that I have such amazing parents, such amazing teachers, such amazing family with me. Thank you so much. Thanks for everything, man.
All right.
Really
Thank you,
appreciate
Chetan. And closing thoughts, thank you so much for this opportunity and bearing with my non-presented questions. Yeah. Over to Kiran to continue with the event. Yeah. Thank you so much.
Thank you so
Can
much.
we
Thank
have
you so much.
another round of
Thank you so
applause
much.
for the gentleman for an insightful conversation?
Thank you.
I think everybody feels the same, that this conversation continued for another hour. But in the interest of time, we would have to end this and continue with the rest of the program. All right. Now it's time for the highlight of today's program. That is the formal launch of the book, The Secrets of Indian Culture, written by Dr. Chetan Sharma. I'd like to call upon stage some very special guests to launch the book. I'd like to start with Brigadier Sanjeev Chopra. Please come on stage. Mr. Sandeep Jesha, can we have you please come on stage? Thank you. Dr. Rajesh Padil, please come on stage. I'd request author Dr. Chetan Sharma to come on stage, please. I also have a couple of special guests that I want to request to come on stage. Chetan's parents, K.V. Srinivas Murthy and Ms. Shailaja Srinivas. I request you both please come on stage. I request the support team to get the books on stage for the launch. All right. All right. For those who can't wait to get their hands on the books are available for sale right outside the auditorium after the event, and you can have them signed by the author in the atrium right beside it. The books are also available on Amazon, Flipkart, so you can purchase it online as well. All right. Now we move into a special panel conversation that we have for you. The topic for this conversation is how Indian culture is affecting the world positively and powering the future. The discussion will be had by our esteemed guests that I'd like to call upon stage. Again, please, Mr. Brigadier Sanjeev Chopra, I request you to come on stage. So please take your seat. As a small gesture of our gratitude, I request Mr. Sridevi to present the bouquet to Mr. Sanjeev. Next, I would like to request Mr. Sandeep J. Shah to come on stage. As a token of our thanks, I'd request Raghavendra to present Sandeep J. Shah with a bouquet. I'd like to request Dr. Rajesh Paliyil to join the stage, please. As our thanks, I request Mr. Sridevi to present Dr. Rajesh with the bouquet. And finally, I'd like to request the author of the book, Dr. Chetan Sharma, to come on stage. All right.
I'm audible?
Yes. Before we start, I'd like to take some time to introduce all our panelists that are here with us today. I'd like to start with Mr. Brigadier Sanjeev Chopra, a decorated Indian Army veteran. Brigadier Sanjeev Chopra brings over 3 decades of multidisciplinary leadership across national defense, international diplomacy, ESG strategy, and institutional transformation. With operational command experience and academic excellence, he bridges the world of security, sustainability, and strategy governance with rare insight and clarity. He has led pioneering initiatives such as India's first integrated joint logistics node and played a pivotal role in policy advisory to the Ministry of External Affairs, contributing to India's response during the India-China border crisis and the global COVID-19 pandemic. A passionate educationist, he served as a chairman of 9 educational institutions, modernizing pedagogy and infrastructure for over 1,200 students. Brigadier Chopra also holds a PhD in climate change and international business strategy, and his work in sustainability includes planting over 30,000 trees, executing solar energy projects, and representing India at UN forums on ESG and climate diplomacy. He also spearheaded Purvottar Swabhiman Utsav, a landmark cultural initiative attended by over 65,000 participants and chaired by the Honorable Prime Minister. As a board-ready leader, he is affiliated with prestigious institutions like IICA, CGI Ireland, ISB, INSEAD, and IDSA. He actively advises on ESG, technology integration, smart infrastructure, and governance strategy while mentoring startups and social impact projects. Today, Brigadier Chopra is widely recognized as global thought leader in ESG, governance, and geopolitics, frequently speaking at strategic forums, universities, and global summits. Whether in the battlefield, the boardroom, or the classroom, he operates with confidence, clarity, conviction, always aligning with leadership with purpose and impact. I welcome you today, sir. Thank you. We also have Mr. Sandeep J. Shah, who is a distinguished global strategist, business philanthropist, and peace ambassador who has dedicated over 2 decades to building bridges between nations, cultures, and institutions. At the core of his work is a mission to create inclusive, sustainable progress through collaboration, innovation, and value-based leadership. He is the founder of World Foundation for Peace and Sustainability, where he leads transformative initiatives focused on climate action, cultural heritage, youth empowerment, and spiritual diplomacy. His foundation works with global institutions, governments, and grassroots partners to drive impact across UN sustainability development goals, particularly in the areas of education, environment, and peace building. Previously, Sandeep has served as Special Envoy to the United Nations University for Peace in Costa Rica, where he contributed to global dialogue and policy efforts in conflict resolution, cultural understanding, and sustainable development. His work helped shape frameworks for capacity building and multilateral engagement across emerging economies. Sandeep has also played a pivotal role in the revival and restructuring of ABCL, one of India's iconic media and entertainment ventures. Under the Bachchan Group, his sharp business acumen, combined with long-term vision, enabled cross-sector partnerships across infrastructure, technology, and creative industries. A believer in power of culture as soft power, he has consistently engaged in projects that elevate India's ancient wisdom on the global stage while supporting innovation-driven development in regions such as Africa, Latin America, and Southeast Asia. So I welcome you to on stage. And last but definitely not the least, we have Dr. Rajesh Palil. He brings over 25 years of diverse leadership across media, education, and culture. He began his career in journalism with the Indian Express and the Business Standard before moving into film production. Creating ad and corporate films, transitioning into education, he held senior roles at Manipal University, Educom, Pearl Academy, and Diksha STEM schools, where he established 4 innovative K-12 institutions. He has served as jury member for the Government of Karnataka Elevate 2023 Startup Pitch Finale and frequently leads teacher training programs across the schools and colleges in Karnataka and all over India. His research articles have been published in reputed international journals. Notably, he directed the 2016 yoga film for the Prime Minister's office, now used globally to promote yoga. Currently, he is the founder of LEAP MBA and president of the Delphic Council of Karnataka, passionately working to promote Karnataka's rich cultural heritage, especially among students, whom he believes are the ideal ambassadors of our tradition. Sir, I welcome you onto the stage. We also have the author, Dr. Chetan Sharma, who is also a friend, who I want to introduce today because I didn't have the opportunity to do so in the early part of the program. Dr. Chetan Sharma was recently awarded Chanakya National Leadership Award by the Uttar Pradesh government for his contributions for Ayodhya City Development Project under the Cultural and Tourism Department of Uttar Pradesh, and he also serves as a research advisor for the Mahakumbh Mela. Internationally, Chetan also works as a global technical coordinator for International Delphic Council, an organization that promotes cultural exchange around the world. He also is the managing director of Tech Rudra Innovations, but more than anything, he is passionate researcher of Bharatiya Shastras and Puranic texts, constantly working to make ancient wisdom more accessible and relevant in today's world. Let's welcome them all onto the stage for the discussion. I'd like to hand this over to Chetan, who is moderating the conversation today. Thanks.
Oh, thank you so much for this opportunity. I mean, I feel privileged, proud. You name the words. I'm feeling everything right now. I have the gigantic 3 people that are sitting right next to me, and I have the opportunity to talk to you guys. Amazing. So I have few questions. I mean, I think we'll go 2 or 3 rounds for each people. Very generic question. I want to understand Bharat, India is supposed to be important. It's a part of the world. We are becoming one of the strongest countries in the world. We become one of the strongest powers in the world. Why? I mean, first question, I really want to start with Sandy Bhai. Since you are part of the global market, you understand how different cultures work, different industries work and everything. What do you think was lacking till now for India to grow? Why do you think India is growing right now?
See, India, and I liked his definition, which was actually an eye-opener, that Bharat, the name itself, is that as a nation, as a country, as a culture, we have always seeked enlightenment and light. And our nation has been one of the richest and the oldest heritage and culture we have, and the diversity which we have, and the richness of our every area, every region has its own flavor, has its own cultural aspects, and even in the diversity we are so united. And I think we are a very knowledge-based traditional nation which values what has been passed on to generations. We have valued that, and I think still the respect which we have for elders and humanity as such is unparalleled. I don't think any nation in the world has such diversity and such richness. And as you see, our Upanishads or our Vedas are, I mean, there are so many tales which we have, and they're still relevant. Be it Ramayana, be it Mahabharata, be it every idol we worship, every culture we practice, and the traditions we practice, even the pujas we do, with the dedication we do, the different Vedic rituals we do, are connecting us back to our roots. And I think the knowledge-based richness which we have, the world is gradually seeing it. And as you can see, even internationally, most of the global organizations are today headed by Indian origin CEOs. It's not because they are Indian origin and that we should take pride in that. Of course, it's a great matter of pride. It's the knowledge and the perspective and the vision which they are bringing to this global organization to optimize their operations and to make a difference in the sectors they are practicing is what is more relevant, and that's the reason why they are getting recognized, and they are, and we should the education which we have got, and also the ecosystem we have, especially the family oriented culture which we have, has made us a very secure as individuals, and the close knit family, and even the friendship which we have is as good as family. In Western Western culture, unfortunately, it's got fractured, and we still hold on to our traditions, the respect for elders, the protection for the new generation, the guidance we want to bring, and even the traditional way of getting married, where we find the background, we find the commonalities between the couple, and then they get them married, is very unique. And I think that's one of the reasons. And in fact, this richness of art and culture and heritage is what we are also trying to bring to sustainability, because climate change or global warming is not just that. It is about environmental degeneration. Down the line, food, water, air, shelter, everything is at threat. And unfortunately, we have not understood the magnitude of problem we are creating for ourselves. So the world doesn't need saving, the planet doesn't need saving. The planet will survive.
Right.
It will be there for billions of years. What we need to save is humanity and other species.
True.
So we are not doing any favor on anyone. We need to be grateful for all the resources we have been blessed upon. And we also need to be responsible for current and future generation. And I think that's what we want to bring to the table, and weave the richness of our art and culture, and create a sense of belonging, a sense of ownership of the planet, and the gratitude we have, and take it forward.
Amazing, sir. Thank you so much for that. Thank you so much for that. Sir, people have been waiting, and I really want to ask. I know you told me no questions about defense. I'm going to make sure there's no questions. But I really want to ask you one question. Indian culture, we know it is not like the way other culture work. We know it powers a person. We know it empowers, it changes a person into a person altogether. How do you think India and Indian culture is influencing our operations? And when I say the word operations, not only in the defense, but in the organizations, and for us culturally to grow. How do you think Indian culture is supposed to be influencing right now, sir?
Okay, namaskaram to everyone. And I think, first of all, heartiest congratulations to Dr. Chetan Sharma for writing a very, very contemporary book on a very, very contemporary and realistic topic. And I also convey my sincere gratitude to him for having been invited me over here. And thanks to all of you for giving us the kind of honor. Thank you very much for the same. So Chetan has asked a very, very contemporary question, which is very practical, that what is the kind of qualities in our culture which ensure operational efficiency in any organization? I think this is very pertinent question being asked, so I'll answer this in 5 points. Point number 1 is that our Gita itself says dharma, and the dharma means our duty. Our duty, if we do our duty in the rightful manner, in a sincere manner, in a truthful and honest fashion, I think we have achieved our dharma. And if we all do our duty in a very, very balanced manner, the way it has been described in Gita, I think we'll all be able to achieve our goal. And once we achieve our goal, our operational efficiency of the organization can be very rightfully achieved. That's number 1. Number 2 is decision making. Before doing anything in life, a decision making is very important. Where does the paralysis come? The paralysis comes to be or not to be. You know, most of the time, we are not living either in black or white. We are living our life most of the time in the shades of gray. It's very difficult at various junctures, even lot important decisions in life, we keep, delaying it, procrastinating it, thinking somebody will support me, somebody will confirm me, then only I'll take the decision. So the Indian culture teaches us decision making, and decision making teaches us the right manner of leadership. So that is the second thing which comes from Indian culture very clearly. This was the same dilemma in the mind of Arjuna when he was in the Mahabharata and when he was saying, should I fight, should I not fight?
Correct.
And the clarity of mind was given by Krishna to say that you are a Kshatriya and this is your dharma to fight. Right. So what if they are the people who are known to you very well or they are relatives or friends, but you are fighting as part of your dharma, which is your duty. So he had a clear-cut decision making in that.
Very true.
The third point is, the leadership has to be very, very balanced. I remember my days in Indian Army in the uniform. When I used to be sitting in the chair of a commanding officer, that time everybody is equal to me, from a soldier to a colonel to a brigadier. And when I'm out of my office, he's my friend, I'm personally different with him. But when I'm in the chair to do a justice, I'm a leader who is purely balanced in the interest of the organization, and that also is being taught to us by our own Indian culture. The fourth thing is the strategy part of it, in case you have to enhance the operational efficiency. So we have a lot of books in our culture. We have Vidurniti, we have all those kind of books which are there available to us, which are teaching us how should we make a strategy which is balanced to implement the entire kind of the operational efficiency which is required. Fifth, which is the last but not the least, we are a nation of diverse cultures. So there is a diversity, but then there is an inclusivity as well, and that is why there's a unity. That is why we are called Indian culture. So therefore, similarly in the defense forces as well, we have people from various walks of life. We have people from various regions, various religions, various caste, various creed. But when it comes to fight for our dharma, we just fight for our nation, that is India, Bharat. So these are the 5 reasons due to which we are able to enhance our operational efficiency, and all these 5 points which I have narrated have been derived, have been taught by our very own rich, cultural and very balanced Indian culture, and I salute to my Indian culture and my Indian citizens. Thank you very much. Thanks, Chetan.
Amazing, amazing. I'm just loving this conversation. Thank you. Thank you so much. Sir, this is amazing. So I have a really challenging question for you. So since you come from an educational background, you see different kind of children from different types of culture. I can see, I'm from the 80s, there are 90s, the 2000, the millennium. You can see there's a drastic change in the behavioral pattern of them. The culture remains the same, the tradition remains the same. Why do you think there's a shift of thought process? Why do you think Indian culture is not able to fulfill what it is fulfilling, or where it is going wrong?
To begin with, thank you, little brother.
Thank you, sir.
So happy to be here, and I'm so glad to see the proud parents and so many of your relatives and friends being there. So amazing, actually. I've been talking about this particular day. I'm glad that it has come today, and so it's fantastic. Yeah, I've been with the education for the last 30 years, and been with Manipal University, and then went back to normal colleges, and then I was connected with the schools, you know. So mine was a reverse. Normally you start from school, college, and then go to the university. I went on, I mean, just a couple of years back, I was with Diksha. Diksha is into, and I started school from kindergarten to, 12th. And, I am not an intellect by anything, but I'm an experiential guy. So what I mean by experiential, I see around, I observe a lot, right? And over a point of time, while interacting with the kids, what I realized last 10 years, especially with the nursery, LKG, UKG, 9th, 12th, all these kids, I'm not getting into the college. What I realized is they are highly disturbed. They're highly disturbed. I mean, the kind of things they do, I can write books on it. I mean, the kind of things they do in the class. I don't want to term that, but then I started understanding there's a lot of behavioral issues. There's a lot of psychological issues. Then I was trying to see what could be the reason. And I was connecting myself to the 4 or 5 decades back that, how we were brought up a kid. And that's the time I realized that possibly in today's ecosystem, today's environment, what we got 4 or 5 decades back naturally is not available. Now look back, what are those things? I was trying to analyze because I have to find answers. Being in education, I realized who can give me an answer? I have to find an answer. And then what I realized could be one of the, I think technology, of course, has played its part, no doubt about that. I think it's also to do with the nuclear family, right? You don't have a large set of family. I think, is the kind of pressure that the kids are facing today because of the expectations, right? I think the family and the parents and the neighbors have a lot more expectation compared to 3 or 4 decades back. I was also seeing, I think, the kind of population. When I say population, what is made? Look at it. There are no grounds. There are no grounds across. Where are the kids going to play, right? There is no form of an interaction. Now, look back when I was looking what we did. I mean, I think school time also we played, vacations we played, evenings we played. I think the only thing that we did is play, and play. Nothing beyond that. I don't remember studying, right? That's number one. And what do you do? Who are your support? My support system was not only my friends actually. Next door neighbors, so many people actually. We knew the entire mohalla. Mohalla is the entire thing, right? The whole people. Today, I'm telling you, last 30 years, I don't know my neighbor actually. So that's the situation. What else? I was just looking at, then possibly we were looking at things like I said, there are no grounds. People, today to go from my place to, let's say the best possible way a kids can go is to a gym, actually, right? Going there also takes around 20-30 minutes. How do you go? You have to take your vehicle, you have to go and park. I'm getting into that. So the reason why I'm saying into us, you ask me what is the changes. We are not realizing the paradigm shift that has happened every decade is actually going worse. You're getting it? Now I think the point has come, we don't know whether we can lift it or not. And how do we lift that? And possibly I think this is a time books like this, possibly, people can go through that and influence the parents, because I think I take a lot of sessions with the parents, more than the teachers and more than the students. I try to talk with the parents. It's very, very important that we start addressing them actually. So yeah, so these are the shifts that I see, and the reasons are very, very clear. The question is, what do we do? What are the ways we can correct it? Honestly, I don't have many answers because we are in a very different ecosystem. I mean, like I said, traffic on the road, we don't trust each other. I remember traveling in a train was a fun because I'm talking to the stranger. Today, I travel for 12 hours by train or 4 hours by flight. I don't talk to anyone because I have a complete mistrust. I don't know what he will give me because that has been the way my mindset, and that is what I've told to my kid also, right? I keep telling my daughter, she's working for Cognizant, I tell her every time be alert, don't talk to anyone, don't do this, don't do this, don't do this, don't do that. So I think we are in a very dangerous environment. I mean, I really don't know. I'm so confused. How do I and what do I advise? In fact, you won't believe, in my schools, I have 4 levels of protection. What is a 4 level of protection is no male teacher. The guards are there is 1 level, then there is a 2nd level, there's a 3rd level, only, level so that nobody is able to reach to the kids because we don't know what harm they can cause. I think we are living in those kind of environments. So I think, I really don't know. I don't know the answer actually. But I feel the best way is that we need to talk to each other. We need to find a solution. Otherwise, I think the kind of generation, it's not about today. 3 decades from now is going to be terrible, terrible, terrible. I see that happening actually, yeah. So, yeah.
Thank you so much for that.
Yeah.
I'll have a quick round of quick questions for the book, connecting to Indian culture. Sandy bhai, I'll start with you. I completely believe that Indian culture is not just a myth, it is technology. How do you think this can power people in outside India and people who are not even thinking of Indian culture as technology? How do you think that can power it? I'm asking this question. The reason is you are a person who connects with a lot of different organizations. You are a person who can connect with different types of culture. I'm just trying to understand how Indian culture can power other cultures also, or how it can influence it.
So, Indian culture is again based on a lot of scientific principles, and even the rituals which we do are also derived from that. And I think Rajesh was mentioning, unfortunately the way technology has taken over, we are isolating ourselves, right. And we are kind of going into a phase of distrust,
right?
And I guess we need to take cognizance of that and reinvent and go back to our rich cultural ethos and practices, and internally we need to understand, and we need to create that a community kind of a thing again, and then have it replicated globally. I think we have a great heritage and richness of our culture, which we need to now again go back to our roots and take it to the world and scientifically also prove.
Right.
So AI is now again a big challenge, and which is going to scare. I guess we can also use AI for good, and take the traditions and cultures and our practices and propagate them and create a culture of positivity, constructivity, and collectiveness. Because I think we are getting into a lot of negativity, distrust, and isolation, which needs to be overcome, and we need to have a culture of positivity, a collectiveness, and more than anything else, I think we need to also enable and empower every global citizen and every stakeholder, and make them understand that the nation, our nation as well as the world, is our home, and all of us are interconnected, be it in India, be it in America or anywhere else. And I think the time has come for the whole world to come as one, and as one family, like Honorable
basically. Yep.
What Honorable Prime Minister says.
Yeah.
One future, one family, and this one. I think India can take that place and bring all the different nations together and take the responsibility of the planet and create an emotional connect and a sense of ownership
Amazing.
of Mother Earth.
Right.
So we need to now come to a point where we need to be little selfless in serving humanity and in serving Mother Nature. Now, for example, Ramayana.
Yeah.
Ramji went on his his mother's this for 14 years and did without questioning anything. He sacrificed a lot for the greater good. We need to now little bit sacrifice. It's not only about consumption, greed, and self-interest. We need to basically what I'm trying to say is we need to empower good people to do good.
Agreed. I mean, amazing. I mean, when you're speaking, actually, I was thinking of one and only statement. In our Indian scriptures, we say, "Parajiva se banta hai Paramatma." So basically, when we are standing for other people, we become God for that person.
Yes.
So you're trying to say the same thing, where you being humble and being for others makes you grow into a bigger picture also altogether.
Yes.
Amazing, amazing.
And also magnanimous. Mr. Bachchan, I had the privilege of working with him closely. And he's always said that be magnanimous in life, be larger than life. You know? It's not about serving your interest or your self-interest. You need to be, like you said, be with a bigger heart, and be a enabler or be a provider kind of for the other person and uplift their lives.
Absolutely,
You know?
absolutely, amazing,
That is
amazing,
more important.
Amazing. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for that. Thank you so much for that. Sir, when he was talking, I heard one strong word called as leadership. For me, leadership in India is a different concept according to what I know. The world thinks that a person comes, he stands in the front and everybody follows it, and he becomes the person who leads, who is leader. But India, what I feel is, a person comes and stands right next to you, and you become so powerful that you go and fight a battle and come. Just the person coming and standing right next to you gives the power. I mean, in the Indian Defense and other fraternity also, I've seen the battalion entirely become very powerful from just a person coming into it. How does it actually work? How does this culture work?
Yeah. Again, very, very practical questions. It's not only in battalion, anywhere. Anywhere, the leader matters. How a leader is made. There are so many books and articles. Are leaders born? Or are leaders made? Or somebody makes himself as a leader? There's so much of discussion on leadership qualities. There's so much which has been said, which has been written, which has been spoken, which has been analyzed. So what's a leader? So leader, if we talk of in the context of India as a Bharat, Bharat today is a leader. Bharat today is a leader of showing the path of dharma, showing the path of righteousness, showing the path of doing the right things, on the kind of diktat to say that live and let live. We are not interfering in anybody's territory. We are not interfering in anybody's national or personal or internal affairs. We want that we should develop, and we also want our neighbors should develop, the entire humanity, Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, we were talking about that everybody should develop, and that is what is our motto. Leader is a person who is purely acting in the interest of the organization. Right? Like they say, if the head of the family of any organization changes, the efficiency or the working ethos of that particular organization changes.
Yes.
It can be in any organization across the globe. It can be a national head. It can be a head of a bank, principal of a school, vice chancellor of a university, etc., etc., etc. So therefore, leader first has to be a teammate, a team member. I remember when I took over the command of my unit way back in 2010, we have a ritual in Indian Army to say that we will do Sainik Sammelan. Sainik Sammelan means we are addressing the troops. There are about 800 plus troops in our unit. So when I was addressing them, I said only one line that I am not here your Malik. मैं आपका मालिक नहीं हूं, मैं आपका माली हूं. मैं आपकी सेवा करने आया हूं. सेवा कितनी करवानी है वो आपके ऊपर निर्भर करता है. आप जितना मुझे सुझाव देंगे, जितना मेरे से पॉइंट देंगे, जितना मुझसे एक्सपेक्ट करेंगे, जितना आप मेरे को खींचेंगे उतना मैं खींचूंगा. लेकिन मैं आपका बॉस नहीं हूं. मैं आई एम वन ऑफ देम. एंड देन that was the one thing which has won the hearts and minds of people. And it's about 14-15 years I have left command of my unit. Not a single day I can give it in writing that I have not received a call from my soldiers who are even serving today and become senior or who have retired. They have to take nothing from me, but they give a call. They say, sir, you were the true leader. You lived the life like a pure commanding officer. You worked 18 hours a day and you forgot about your family. So that is how it has happened. A very small example in a lighter vein. When I was commanding the unit, there were 3-4 officers and there, I mean to say 3-4 couples who went to have a first child, or most of them went to have a second child. So one day my boss comes and visits our unit, and he, again in a lighter vein, he says, Colonel Sanjeev, that time I was a colonel, he says, Colonel Sanjeev, it means you are the only one as a commanding officer and leader of the unit who is working very hard. They're very free. So all of them are producing children, you have only one. So I said it's my duty, it's my dharma to work more than all of them in a cumulative manner so that I take the maximum load and I become the member of the team as number one team member. I'm not a leader, I'm a member of the team. Thank you very much. Jai Hind.
Amazing, amazing. Sir, last question for you, sir. Just want to ask one last question, because I somehow feel India celebrates all the energies. India celebrates all kind of energies. But Saraswati is one goddess, I feel she's underprivileged. When I say the word underprivileged, she's not recognized much. Because according to what I feel, when a person is born and when the education has to start, they say, Akshar Bhaksh Shuru Karu. That's the first way of worshipping Saraswati. Second, if you're not getting good marks, worship Saraswati. Third, examinations nearby, worship Saraswati. These are the only three places where we worship Saraswati. But I feel even if I'm talking, is Saraswati. If I'm walking, is Saraswati. If the voice is actually reaching to people and people are understanding it, it's Saraswati. Everything, the body works, the hand gesture, everything is Saraswati. How much do you think education is important, and how much Indian culture has been powering on that, and how do you think education can power the world?
I think the very fact you said that, I am a guy, I think I've gone into exam room by praying actually. So I believe in that. But the fact remains, my daughter has never gone there, never thinks of neither Saraswati, neither Lakshmi or anyone actually. So that's the paradigm shift that is happening, right? So I don't think today's kids, they do that. They don't care actually. Right? They don't care what marks they get. And the beauty about it is they still get 90%. Right? So, so that's what I've seen. They don't care actually. But yeah, so that's what is about Saraswati. I think, yeah, so I'm not getting into that. But yeah, what was the second part?
I was trying to ask you how much education is important for a person to grow up, and which has been stressed by India for a long, long time.
So yeah, I don't think that's a very, it goes without being brain that education is important, but I think the way it will now shape up, I think 12th will be your base education. Up to 5th standard is what I say a basic education. What is a basic education is you can transact, right? So that is a basic education. I think base education is, I say up to 12th standard, where you know what is mitosis, you know what is V is equal to 1 by 3 pi r cube, you also know so I think astronomy, or let's say, you're talking of stratosphere, I think that is good enough in our society to hold on, right? So I think 12th, up to 12th is what I think is a basic education. I have seen this happening in UK. I used to wonder why they don't go for graduation and a master's. Then I realized that they are done with their 12th standard. I think that's what I think we are also emulating in today's time. I think our kids will learn up to 12th. After that is all about job related or what competencies you are having, right? If you're very good in certain things, you want to pursue in arts or liberal arts or a space or whatever, I think that's a good thing about today's time. And the beautiful thing that I see today is an Ola driver earns 50,000, which was impossible. I remember my plumber comes, he easily earns around 30, 40,000. I think I take pride in that India has changed. It's not only about an MBA guy or an IAS guy only earning money. I think I take pride in the fact that we are like, it's an equal, so I think education and skill and knowledge all matters today. So it is not, education is important. It's a broad subject. So yeah, it's all about what you like, what are your competencies, what are your skill set you have, what you want to pursue. I think it's a very open, today I think all kind of occupations and all kind of courses that you're able to sustain a life. Right? So even if you're a BTech guy, I think if you're a liberal arts guy, you get almost same kind of opportunity in life.
Right.
So I think it doesn't matter. Knowledge is important. Yeah, knowledge and skill.
So,
is important.
you're trying to say that India is powering with the Saraswati, and at the same time, Lakshmi ji is coming to the account in very powerful way.
Yeah. Knowledge, skill, values, behavior. My theme, I think I don't know if I give weightage to knowledge, skills, value, and behavior. KSVB is the model I believe in. Knowledge is important, skill is important, value is important, and behavior is important. I think KSVB, as long as you are able to propagate, you are imbibe that, I think you are.
Absolutely amazing. Thank you so much for that. I thank all the three dignitaries here for amazing information what you gave out and amazing viewpoint what you gave out. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much for this evening.
Thank you, Chetan. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thanks so much. Thanks so much. Sir?